Hey folks, it's Greg and Janet, Strange RV Tours. Today we're in Tonopah, Nevada at the Central Nevada Museum. This is going to be really cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. Join me. All right, folks, the reason I said join me instead of join us is Janet's hip is bothering her. And we brought our dog with us today, so she's gonna stay in the car and stay cool and take care of the dog while I take care of this video. The Central Nevada Museum looks to me like it's mostly a mining museum. Lots of mine equipment. It's after closing hours here, so I'm only going to be able to show you the stuff that's outside. But from what I understand, a big portion of the museum is outside. So we're going to get to see some interesting stuff. Here's a stamping machine. How these would work, they would have felt that would go around these pulleys here, and they would turn these pulleys, which would raise and lower these arms here. And the bottom of these arms are heavy steel, possibly iron. The bottom down here is where the ore goes, and it crushes the ore. These things raise up and down and just crush the ore into smithereens. And that's how they take the silver out of it to get it small enough to travel to the area where they pull the silver out of the ore. This cage used to raise and lower men, tools, and dynamite up and down, in and out of the shafts. Here's a hoist from the Liberty mine. Here's a light freight wagon. Looks like it was a police car back in the day. Here's a Felix self-guided bomb. The Felix was a 1,000-pound bomb fitted with a movable control surfaces and electronic device. I guess it was an early self-guided bomb. It doesn't say what year it was used. Yeah, it looks like it could have been a bomb for sure. Wow. This one is another one of them. Wow. This one is a 2,000-pound radio control glide bomb. The first generation smart bomb. Was tested near Tonopah during 1944. Amazing. Had wings on it and everything. There's more bombs. Here's a 2,000-pound concrete bomb. It was a simulated explosion device used during the Bat bomb testing at Tonopah Bombing and Gunnery Range during 1945. It was equipped with a radio-controlled device and was designed for use against Japanese ships. They were launched from Navy aircraft but did not prove successful, and their use was limited. Yeah. This must be all different types of airplanes, airplane parts and stuff that were found at the Tonopah Army airfield. There's part of a propeller there. Wow. Wow, tire. Here's an engine. This is a memorial here dedicated to the men who lost their lives in training accidents at Tonopah Bombing and Gunnery Range during World War II, 1942 to 1945. This flagpole was given in memory of World War II veterans also. We've got an aircraft basic machine gun here on top. There's an old dirt moving machine, digging machine. Wow. Where'd the guy sit? I guess he didn't. I guess he stood on the side of it or something. I don't know. This is a radiation detecting machine. They detect radiation because we're out not too far from the nuclear test sites, the atomic test sites here in Nevada. This one still gets me. I just don't see how anybody can operate that thing without losing an arm or a leg. There's no place to sit down. There's an earth mover. That's one of the first bulldozers I've ever seen, or the oldest. It has a seat. At least this guy knew how to sit down. There's a water line from 1907 to 1937 in Goldfield. Oh, they'd wrap it. That makes sense. Make it a little stronger. Part of a hoist unit, definitely. Double drum main hoist used at the Tonopah Divide mine. Yeah, that's what would raise and lower the cage, pull the men up out of the mine, the tools, the ore, everything. Tonopah and Goldfield Railroad, 1905 to 1947, Mena to Goldfield, Nevada. This was the scale house for the rail yard. And it still has lots of stuff in it. Here's a one-holer outhouse, Tonopah, Nevada, 1920. It was built out of old cyanide cans. The pulley system for the frame. Some ore cars. There's the head frame, by the way, and the bucket. I could just see this little baby cruising down Main Street in the old days here. Well, this right here is part of a sawmill. See the blade on that baby right there. Buzzsaw, built in Manhattan, Nevada by Pete Bonney Sr. Saw. It was powered by a 490 Chevrolet. Was used to cut firewood in Manhattan from the 30s through the 50s. Bonney was killed by this saw March 21st, 1932. When a blade fractured, cutting him severely. Oh my gosh. I didn't expect that. Here's an old wagon shed. Originally located at Midway Gulch in Tonopah. And, fittingly, it's got an old wagon in it. There's an old blacksmith shop. I think everybody knows what this is. If you haven't used one of these, you're not from the country. This was a two-holer. You got one for your child and one for the adult. Huh. Some families do anything together, won't they? I love these big engines. I find stuff like that just fascinating to look at and try to figure out how it worked. This was on Corona Avenue in 1908, and this was a saloon. This is what a real old West saloon looked like, people. Got the card table back there in the corner. The little bitty saloon. That's cool though. You know what? I'm gonna walk around the side and see if I can't get a better look at that. Yeah, that's an old card table there. How cool. Old poker table. A little bitty bar. That's neat. Okay. Could you tell what that building was? Got another outhouse there. This town was full of outhouses. Okay. This was a turn of the century mining camp store. You come here to get your supplies, get your tools. It's like they had pharmaceuticals also. Tobacco. Oh, like really kind of like a general store for miners, apparently. Here's a 2-room miner cabin. And this one was here in Tonopah. Been moved here, but originally this one was here in this town. That is, you wouldn't see that today. You open up your front door and your bathtub's right there. Right there. People must have been less modest back in the day. This is just scratching the surface of what's available to see here. If you're interested in Nevada history or mining history, man, there's not a better place to go. Look at these babies here. Double-decker cages. In memory of Dan Harrington, tragically killed in an accident by these Victor mine cages, September 29th, 1923. He left behind wife Margaret and 5 children, John, Josephine, Mira, Catherine, and Anita. Double-deck mine hoisting cable cages. I've never seen that before. I've seen several mines, but I've never seen double-decker cages. You got a mine, an ore cart in those 2. Wow. That's pretty cool. All right, heads up. Cage coming up.
Yeah, right. Hey guys, well, sorry I couldn't make the walk this time. My hip was bothering me after running around and stuff, but I sure hope you liked the video, and subscribe if you could, please. Hit the little bell and you get notifications on our post, and then share with your family and friends. And thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Isn't she a sweetie? Take it easy. Bye-bye.